Understand? Because I definitely need it. But you know what? Sobriety is not for people that need it. It's for people that want it. And then I looked back.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at back and all the times I'm in prison and say, it's not just something I need. And I want this change. I want my kids back and I want my kids in my life. And
Welcome. Thank you for tapping into some Untapped Keg, our podcast about sobriety and mental health, where we spotlight stories, spreading hope and love. Today, we're going to be brought to you by Sober Athletic Wear, NordVPN, and Ouai Skincare. We'll get into that later, but we would love it if you would go to all podcast services and hit that subscribe button. Leave us a review. Go to youtube.com/untappedkeg. Subscribe, check out our videos, check out our clips. Leave us a review there. You can find show notes. You'll be able to find all the links to the show in which you can find some more information about our guest. Before we get into that, I'm here with my good friend, Monte Ball. How are you doing, big guy?
I'm good, man. I'm alive. I'm well. I'm feeling better, man. Feeling better. Gosh, the seasonal depression just hits you out of nowhere, especially in Wisconsin, right? You barely see the sun. The sun's not out today. Anyways, all is well, man. I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I can't complain. I'm got my new computer set up. Just a little bit of stuff with that I'm trying to make sure everything is set up correctly and getting stuff ready. So that has been a little bit of a process, but in the grand scheme of things is nothing. But
indeed,
without further ado, we are excited to have this guest on. I talked to him when I saw what his initiative was, hit him up, and I'm like, hey, would you mind coming on this podcast with us to talk about this? And he was gracious enough to say so. So we are joined by Charles Kagigebi, who's a Native American trying to give back to the community. 15 years sober of all drugs and 1 year from alcohol. Also starting the Sober Driver Initiative. How you doing today, Charles?
I'm doing good, man. Feeling blessed, and I'm thankful for you guys to have me.
What's up, Charles, man? This is pretty cool, man. Again, we're gonna get in, most definitely dive deep into your program and stuff. But it seems like right now, what you working right now?
No, the power is out inside the house, and so I couldn't get Wi-Fi service in there, and inside the house it cuts off my service on my phone. So I was like, man, I might as well just do it, man, right from the car, because I got good service out here. and I pay for that unlimited unlimited service, and so
you have to now. You can't get away without it. Everything takes so much data. As someone who did not have unlimited data till a few months ago, it is so hard.
I
can watch movies right in here.
Yeah, I told you this before the show. I'm going to say it again. Like, your cell service there it's top notch. It's awesome. So before we get into Charles' story, let's hear from Sober Athletic Wear, our friends over there. Alcohol, drugs, food, sex, gambling, shopping, pornography, gaming, and even social media are self-medicating tools we use to escape life's traumas, depression, and anxieties. Sober Athletic Wear's mission is to destigmatize addiction, mental health, and the negative stigma surrounding the word sober. If you have a heart for people dealing with mental health and addiction, show your support by repping the Sober brand. Visit soberathleticwear.com to browse soberwear and also watch a clip from our Untapped Keg podcast featuring Troy Colmer, founder of Sober Athletic Wear, as he shares his story of addiction and why he started sober. Remember, we are all getting sober from something. Now back to the show.
Charles.
Yeah.
The main event. What's up, man? So let's go ahead and get into it, man. So, obviously we both have shared, right? Both of us, myself and RJ, both folks in recovery. And we obviously, man, we wanted to hear your story. You got quite the story, actually. It's going to be very, very awesome when you share it. And obviously the program that you started. So you can start where you want, Charles. Again, we are super laid back. We don't really have a script of questions. We love to take the conversation where it goes. But who is Charles K? Charles
Kagigebi.
Kagigebi. Who is Charles Kagigebi?
Kagigebi.
Dang it.
Kagigebi. Love
yeah, my family around here says Kagigebi. But yeah, anyways, I'm Charles Jared Kagigebi. I'm a recovering alcoholic and drug addict. Everything started in real early for me, like real early. Like even cigarettes. Like I started smoking cigarettes like at 6 years old, thinking that was the cool thing, and you know, stealing them, and I don't know. So, once I did that, I got introduced into weed, like about 10 years old. I got asked, and they were like, "Oh, you smoke weed?" I was like, since I already snuck cigarettes in, I was like, "Yeah, I smoke weed." So they'd pass me a joint, and I'd hit it like nothing. And I didn't get high, man, my first time, man, but that second time, man, whoa, I was flying, I was laughing, and it feels good to laugh, and you know, man, I smoke more. But I mean, even though, man, I don't see nothing wrong with weed, man, as far as saying like the medical side of it, but I was still smoking, and it turned into an addiction, man, that stopped me from skateboarding. It stopped me from playing football in the street with my friends. And all of a sudden I got introduced into a different group of friends, and my life turned in towards like the bad then. Because then all my older friends on like my I don't know, my negative supporting friends, they were all into something else, and then they started drinking. I started drinking, man, like at 11 or 12. But the thing is, then, is that it was something to do, and then but once that it was something to do, it turned into another addiction. And then, man, we would we'd be drinking all the time, and I just got this like power, man, what we call drunk courage. Oh, yeah. And so like before I'd open up a bottle, it was always Jose too. It's like, man, I'd look around the whole party before I opened up this bottle, and I was like, that's the one right there. I'm a beat him up. I'm gonna beat him up. So, and by the end of the bottle, man, I would look for the most dumbest excuse. It's like, man, he was talking slick, man, to some female or something, or talking slick, man, to one of my other buddies. And I just, I'd whoop him up, man, real quick. And me, man, I'm short. And I grew up short. So it's like I felt like I always had to prove something, man, just so people, man, didn't mess with me. I started doing awful things, and these older so-called friends, and they would point me to houses because they knew I was crazy. Crazy, dumb, and they can point me to a house and say, "Hey, man, this guy's got money in his closet in a big old baby bottle, and it's like a piggy bank. And yeah, they got a lot in there. Man, I'll go right over there and I'll take that. I started getting locked up. Now, I was in treatment my first time at 13 years old because I would let these addictions in, because of the things that I would do just to get my fix, just to get my drink, just to get my weed, everything. So, yeah, and once then I started getting locked up in and out. Man, it was bad, man. Because now I got a label for myself, and with the positive group of friends and that I would try to rekindle with and all that stuff, and they don't want nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
they don't want nothing to do with me, man. No more, man. You're I'm somebody else. And that's what I was, and
that's
I was totally
that's
somebody
hard.
else. And when I'd be drinking, well, and so I was like, I'm like, F them then.
Right.
All of a sudden, we're drinking. It got like really bad at like 15. I got out of Lincoln Hills, little juvenile prison. Once I got out of there, man, it was bad. It was robbing cars, robbing houses. And then I come across a girlfriend that I like, man, as soon as I got out of Lincoln Hills, I went to a powwow on LCO. Because I just got out of Lincoln Hills, I didn't do nothing. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't like smoke cigarettes, nothing.
Yeah.
And I saw this girl dancing in the powwow. And at the Honor the Earth powwow, it's a lot of people, like lots. So this one girl, man, that I was looking at, she had this yellow, I think she's dancing fancy dress, and it's like so beautiful. The colors and were so beautiful. It just instantly drew attraction. So we went to the 49, which is a big party where all the Native Americans go, like after the powwow, and they just go drink. And so, man, we can have like 1,000 some Native Americans in one area drinking. Now, since that I just got out of Lincoln Hills, I was like saying what's up, man, to a lot of family, man, that I haven't seen for the whole year when I was in Lincoln Hills. I said, oh, what up, auntie? What up, cousin? And then I went up to one of my cousins, and I saw that girl. My cousin, man, was hanging out with this girl, man, the one, man, that I was like had my eyes on at the powwow. And I was like, hey, cuz, man, like, who's your friend? Typical Native story. And check it out. She said, my cousin said, that's her cousin. So I was like, whoa, wait a minute. That's your cousin? That's like not my cousin, right? They're like, no, that's not your cousin. Like, yo, tell her I said, what up? I was like, but I'm gonna go over here, man, and check out Auntie Kathy, man, real quick, man. So like I said, I'll see you in a little bit. So I went to go check out my Auntie Kathy, and so my cousin came back, man, with this girl, and man, we hit it off, man, quick, man. She wasn't drinking there, we wasn't doing nothing. She was like, how come you ain't drinking? I was like, I don't drink. How come you ain't drinking? She goes, I'm driving tonight. I'm like, damn, she's all, man, we're all just kids, and she all driving, but it instantly drew attraction, man, like physical attraction, and just the way we talked and everything. Yeah, that girl, man, I gave her a ring, and I actually went to the Oneida Casino over there to go meet her.
Oh, sure.
Cause her and her mom had a thing going on over there. But I'm coming from Toma at the time, man. I was like, hey babe, what's the I'm already almost there to Green Bay. But I told her, yo, I'm just now leaving Toma. What's the room number? And then so she told me a room number. I said I'll be there in like about 3 hours or something like that. All of a sudden, man, here I am knocking on the door, leaving flowers and all that stuff, a card, and I took off. And then she called me back up. She's like, "Where you at?" I was like, "I'm just leaving Toma still." So I was like, "I'll be there in like 3 hours, all right?" She said, "Yeah, right, man. And you're the one that left the flowers in the card." What? Who's leaving my girl? Oh, who's leaving my girl, man, some flowers in a card? She just started laughing at me, man. So, so yeah, and I was like, yeah, I'm down here in the lobby. And she came down, she came smiling, hugs and all that stuff. Yo, she loved the hell out of me, man. But right then and there, man, when she came down, and I ended up giving her a ring. And then it's not no like wedding ring or anything like that, man, but it was like a little gold ring. It had like a little purple stone in it, a little couple red stones, and I don't know nothing about stones, and it was just beautiful. So I was like, yo, I told her, man, I'm gonna marry you one of these days. Yeah. Let's see, I was 17. I think she just turned 16. And then this is where a lot of things turn, man. It's on my 18th birthday now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't too long right after that, and my 18th birthday, and I got in a car crash, and we were drinking, and my girlfriend died on me. My girlfriend and one of my best friends growing up, and it was due to drinking and driving, and I survived. Me and another one of my buddies, and we survived. So yeah, man, my girlfriend and my best friend died on my 18th birthday. I wanted to say sorry for the longest time, but I didn't know how. So I've always I went right back to my old ways. It's like I didn't know how to say sorry. People are freaking hating me. They want me dead. And then at that time, man, it's like, you know what? I don't want to live either, because that girl, man, felt like, even though I had my mom, I had my dad, I had my grandma, I had my I had my grandmas and all that stuff. I felt alone.
Yeah.
I felt alone, man, after losing my girlfriend. So
sorry.
Yeah, I went. Yeah, went back to drinking. Yo, now the gang banging, the drinking, the drugs, all got worse. And I'm telling you, it got really worse. It's like, because people thought I was crazy then. You know, I went really crazy, because now I'm at the point where I don't want to live.
Yeah.
And I don't care, for anything. It's like, now all I ever cared about was my gang. That's it. And I felt like I had something to prove. I was like, man, I'm gonna kill somebody. I'm gonna kill one of these oppositions, and then I'm gonna kill myself. And I just want to do something, man, for my gang, and then that's it. I'll be on my way. Well, I'll just say I did some pretty violent stuff, and to get me in prison, and I got out. I did my 2 years, and I got out. Actually, man, when I went in though, you see, right before I went in, and it's like I was pretty promiscuous. I didn't care for none of these girls, none of them. The drinking, the drugs, the gang banging, the promiscuous stuff. And all of a sudden, man, one girl came up to me and she said, "Man, I'm pregnant." And so I'm thinking, yo, this is something to live for. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I got something to live for now. But I have already done some stuff and I know I'm going to prison for it. Mm-hmm. But now it's like, yo, she hit me, man, with the bombshell, man. It's just straight blew my freaking mind. And she said, "We got to get tested though." And I was like, "Why do I got to get tested, man? You're the one that's pregnant." And she said that she had something. She had like gonorrhea. And so, yo, she left me. And all I can think, man, is, man, my girl, or this girl that I want to be with now because she has my baby, I want to start a family, just took off on me. I'm not going to see my kid. So I got depressed. And when I got depressed, I can't tell that, man, to some of my friends this girl left me, because all my guys and are gonna say, "Oh, you crying over a female, this and that." And like, so I was like, so what did I do, man? I brought my feelings to Jose Cuervo. Yeah. And that drinking, man, and yo, I ended up slicing up, man, one person, and then I sliced up another person the next day. And I was just, I finally got locked up. But when I got locked up and I was in jail, so I said, man, I got to get my gonorrhea test back. So they brought it back to me when I'm in jail, but I didn't have gonorrhea. Now when my the doctor told me that if I didn't have it, a third person was involved. So here I am thinking, man, did I slice up this person? Oh, well, now I'll say, man, this girl, man, said that she was going to kill my kid. And I ended up slicing that person up. And it caught me at a bad moment because I was drinking. And I mean, drinking or not, man, it's still a bad situation. Right. But the thing is, man, is that I'm in jail, man, because someone threatened to kill my kid. But now that I didn't have gonorrhea, I had to think, did I just do that over my kid or someone else's kid? Because the doctor said that if it wasn't me, there's a third person involved. Man, yo, you guys, I am right back where I'm in my mind. I'm right back where I was. I don't want to live no more. And so when I went to prison, man, I went there like at 19 years old. And then I was pretty small. And one person, man, said, and he said, yo, don't let nobody treat you like a B word. Otherwise, you'll always be one. I said, yo, man, ain't none of that in my blood. And so when I get there, I'm scared for real, like inside, but I had to show on the outside, man. Like I had to show. Anyways, the first person, man, that talked in some crap to me, and he was a big guy, and he was known. So I said, well, this is my chance, man, right here. Almost like that movie, The New Guy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, then get the biggest guy and knock him out in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Yo, so that's exactly what happened, man. And I made sure it was in front of everybody in the chow hall. All eyes on me, man. So anyways, I knocked him out. I beat him up, man, really, really bad. But now I have to go to the hole, and I'm in the hole for 1 year. Now,
wow.
I was in the hole for 1 year at that time. Now, I get the medications, Seroquel. and they come by the 200 tablet, and I used to cheek them all the time. I used to cheek them, or I spit it in my cup, like that, but I'd still have it in my cup.
Mm-hmm.
And I would save up. I saved up 1,300 milligrams of 1,000. I think it's 1,200, 1,400. I can't remember, but no, I think it was 1,300. And then let's see, 1,300. I took it all, and then like I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
It didn't make me feel like anything right away. I didn't want to feel anything right away, man. I just wanted to lay down and just not wake up. But as soon as I woke up, man, I was cross-eyed and I was pissed off, man. So, well, let's do it again. I guess I'll have to save up more. Now the nurse came at me and said that you gotta take a paternity test. I was like, well, let's go do it. It'll get me out of the cell. So I just figured, man, it was something to do. And I was like, I don't think the kid's mine anyways. Just get me out of the cell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I got out of the cell, did the test, and I gave myself in until I get the test back. And then I'm going to take more of the amount of the Seroquel that I saved up from before. So by the time that the nurse came back, man, with my results, an envelope with my results, I had 3,200. A definite lethal dose right there. As soon as I opened up that envelope, it said, and the kid was mine. And I was happy, but I broke down crying too. Because, and it was like, I was this close, and from killing myself. And I knew it was gonna kill me. Once and I got that happy news and stuff, I started jumping around, I started singing and all that. And well, I had a few buddies that were in the hole with me, and we go fishing. So that, like, they wanted some Seroquel. I was like, oh, here's some for you, here's some for you. And then I got rid of those things. So I get out, I got something to live for. But let's see, 2006, and I got like, I had to quit drinking.
Yeah.
So because, man, I get too violent. But then, so all I did is smoke weed because it chilled me out. I felt good. I like watching comedies. I like laughing. But it's still illegal in Wisconsin. So, man, I'm on probation. They get me for THC in my piss test. I got locked up. I got locked up in front of my kid, man, which is now my world, my lifesaver.
Yeah.
And so, man, with something, man, so small, such as THC, letting me get taken away from my world, my lifesaver, my son, I was like, I can't do this, man. And even though, man, I think it's really small, man, this is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I quit. October 1st, 2006, I quit all drugs, all narcotic drugs, and I quit abusing my prescription medications. Now, even though, man, that was in 2000.
That's hard. I mean, that's your. That's all you know how to get rid of your stress, right?
Right.
So, and then, one thing that I want to say is, thank you for being so vulnerable up to this point.
Yeah.
I just want to say a couple things, like, growing up in Wisconsin, right? Alcohol's in everything, everything. And, the same thing with illegal drugs. Like, I didn't, like, yes, it's surprising the young, but like, I've heard those stories too, like in my hometown. So, I'm sorry you had to go through that. I mean, going through the losing two so important people at such a young age and not having any, honestly, like any of the help that we needed, because at that time we didn't talk about mental health. We didn't talk about getting help. We didn't talk about anything. It was drown it. And that's exactly what I did as well. Like I didn't have that major loss, but like every time I felt awful, I would talk to the bottom of a bottle, right? Because at least it'll listen. It ain't gonna talk back, so that helps too.
I got a question. Charles, just like what RJ stated, man, my goodness. We were going to let you keep going because that was a lot. But in a good way, just being vulnerable like that, man, is the reason why we started this. So we really, really appreciate you sharing that. My question for you, man, and this is obviously before we get into, what you're doing today, obviously your program and everything.
Yeah.
But, I kind of want to learn or hear a little bit more about when you first started. Not so much at the age of 6, more so when you were kind of around that age of 10 to 13, where you kind of know what you're doing is probably what you shouldn't be doing. Kind of want to hear more about like what drove you to that. What, obviously hindsight now, you're probably, we're all able to use hindsight and be able to figure out why we chose to drink or use or what have you. But do you know why you went down that path? Why you chose to self-medicate?
Yeah. So the peers that were around me. Like I said, man, we did it, man, because it was something, man, that we thought was cool, and then it was something to do until it actually turns into an addiction. Mm-hmm. With the crazy things and that we would do, like the bonfires and the jumping over the fires, or the beer bongs, and they're racing each other, the card games. And the card games brought us together, and we'd laugh and drink, man. Yeah. Or the card games, the dancing, the singing, all the stuff, and that I'll probably forget. By the end of the night.
Mm-hmm. I know what we most definitely know what you mean. That camaraderie. That spirit of partying and being open, especially as men, right? In American society, right? We're not as encouraged to really become vulnerable and share our feelings and kind of let down that toxic masculinity wall while sober. But when you're intoxicated, it seems like it's a lot easier, right? To just to be, right? Just to really live in the moment, be with your guys, be with the gals, and just kind of unveil yourself in a sense. And it can be liberating, but it is deceptive in a sense. It's as we all know, but appreciate you sharing that, man. It's not easy. It's not easy, and you're crushing it, man. You're crushing it.
Yeah. I'm gonna get into this turning point.
Awesome.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so my turning point was my son. But you see, man, I quit the drugs. Now you see, even though I quit the drugs, I went back to drinking though. When I went back to drinking, man, I felt like, they can't get that in my piss test. I'm just gonna piss it out. And so it's like, I'll know when my probation meetings are. I'll just hear you up, sweat that stuff out, piss that stuff out, everything. But I kept on, like I said, man, I'm a violent person. I'm a fun person, man. I like to think I'm fun. I like to laugh and all that stuff. But I always let the smallest things, and like set me off. Now I've been, oh man, I've been in some stuff, and I ended up getting stabbed up at one of these 49s, and I've been stabbed in my throat over here. I got a scar over here, right on my shoulder. I got another scar on my shoulder here. I got another scar, man, on my rib cage right here, and a scar right here. See, I had a bottle hit me in my face. Not really bad though, but yeah, that took me away again. And that time I did the longest stretch and that I had to do from 2007 to 2013. But the time that I did in 2006 got counted as my prison sentence too. So I did 7 years right there, and I got all 7 years out. Jeez. Anyways, it's still the same thing. I just try to change a little bit, but I still hold on to the drinking. So it's like, I'll just drink less, but when I do drink, I'll go hard. So it turned into like once a week. We used to drink every day. So once a week, man, felt like a long stretch.
Yeah.
That wasn't gonna cut it either. And because I go straight to that Jose. Anyways, and in and out. I've been in prison 6 times, in and out. 3 of them, man, for bogus reasons. 3 of them were for allegations. But probation in Wisconsin, hearsay can be used against you, and that all depends on, man, if you got one person or against you, and you can maybe take that to your revocation hearing and fight that. But when you got 2 people against you saying, "Oh yeah, he did this, oh he did that," you're going to prison. You ain't even innocent, even though you're innocent. So, the other times I went, I can admit that. But I just got sick of it. It's because I got a bad reputation. Everybody looks at me. Well, before I go to prison, I've done something, or got accused of something. You go to prison, you got all these people thinking, "Oh man, what did Jared go back to prison for? Oh, I knew he wouldn't get away from gang banging. Oh, I knew he wouldn't get away from drinking or drugs. Oh, he's probably selling drugs." And when I get out, that's the same thing, man, that they're gonna think.
Yeah.
Oh, he ain't gonna get away. Oh, he'll be back in prison, and he's gonna be back in prison, man, in no time. And so, the 6 times in and out. And I've done 14 years altogether, state. This ain't even counting my county time. But I'm sick of it. Now I'm sick of people, all their opinions about me, man. But you know what, man? I can't change that. I can't. I can. Ain't nothing gonna change unless I make it change. Life is what I make it. So I had to get out there. When I got out this last time, it's like, so I put in my mind, yeah. And see, when I got out, I was about to move to Florida. I have a brother down there. I have a sister down there. I was about to move to Florida, but then my mom got sick. My mom had leukemia, so I stayed around here. And then I became my mom's bone marrow donor.
That's very brave of you.
Yeah.
So I stayed around here. I stayed around here, and I started thinking, man. It's like, what am I gonna do? If I'm gonna stay around here, what am I gonna do to help me not use? That's drinking. What am I going to give myself a reason not to drink before I give myself a reason to drink? And then I thought designated driving. let's see, 2020 Christmas over there. No, I don't know. I would still, I would designate drive, but yet, man, like by the end of the night, I would still drink.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
I would do that all the time too.
So I really tried to be responsible, man, with that. But on Christmas, man, I'm chilling, man, at a place, man, where these people, I didn't know them in the beginning, but they were kind enough, man, to give me a place to stay. And all of a sudden, I drank on Christmas, man, and it's bad. So I'm getting kicked out of the place, and where I was staying. And so I was like, man, screw y'all, man. And I start walking down the road, and I remember, man, it's Christmas. It's cold. So at like 3 o'clock in the morning, I took off walking. And it was really, really cold, man. My legs were stinging, man. I'm trying to text him. My hands are like, oh my God, man. One of the last things I texted, man, is if I don't get a ride, or I'm walking from Exland to Radisson. If nobody picks me up, you guys, and I think I'm gonna die tonight. And then one of my homies, Aaron Cadet, and he came from Hayward to Exland. It's a little bit of a mission, man, right there. But as soon as he got to me, man, my phone died, and I was in the back seat, passing out. And I woke up on his couch. My phone's charged. I checked it out. I didn't even know where I was when I woke up, but I had my phone. As soon as I turned it on, bing, 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 bing. And I was like, oh, I'm too hungover for this right now. Shut my phone back off. But when I finally turned on my phone, man, I realized how many people cared. It was because of that. It was because of that message, and when I said that I was probably gonna die. That I told myself, man, I ain't drinking for a long time, and this was bad. And then let's see. So New Year's came, and I didn't want to drink for New Year's either. That's how bad I drank. I didn't feel like drinking for New Year's. I'm just gonna drive, because before even that time that I was, even before Christmas, I was designated driving, and even before that, I felt post meetings. Sobriety, Narcotics Anonymous, and with my sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
But my cousin Lisa Wade, man, she's the one, man, that it was like smack in the face, which I needed.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me, man, she's like, cousin, man, you ain't sober. She's like, and you may be clean from all narcotic drugs and abusing prescription medications, but you're not sober. You drink. And just like the readings say, and we can't be confused about, man, if alcohol is a drug or not. Or drugs and alcohol, man, we can't be confused about that, man, because they still fall under the disease of addiction.
Yeah.
And so it's like, yo, I didn't want to hear that. I don't like, man, being proven wrong and all that stuff. And I was the type of person, man, that me the speaker. And so, you know what? So after that, New Year's, I drove for people, and then the next day I ended up getting hired by a group called the Circle for Indigenous Peoples' Rights. So designated drove, I felt good about that, and then I got hired at a job. I felt good about that, and since it was New Year's Day when I got hired, I was like, you know what? Let's try this New Year's resolution. Because I definitely need it, but you know what? Sobriety is not for people that need it; it's for people that want it. And then I looked back. Mm-hmm. I looked back and all the times I'm in prison, and say, it's not just something I need. and I want this change. I want my kids back, and I want my kids in my life, and I want to stop going to prison, and I want people's opinions and to change, and so they quit thinking I'm just a piece of crap. Because even though, man, a lot of people say like, oh, I don't care, man, what people think about me. Me, I gotta care about what people think about me, because me being on probation, all the people have more power over me than I know, or anybody knows if you're on probation. Because all it takes, man, is one phone call, hey, to my PO, that, hey, Charles Kagigebi, oh, he's over here drinking, oh, he's over here threatening people, and even if I'm not, I'm getting locked up for it. So it's like, I needed to change that. And so what I did, man, is I had to stay busy, and I had to stay around good people, people that get it. And that was the group that we started, LCO Sober Visions. So it was just like about 6 of us when we had these meetings. And then I thought, you know what, man, we should really have a Facebook page. Let's make sobriety a trend, so that it's got to be cool, man. People got to be attracted to it.
Yeah.
And man, all these people, man, that are on drugs and all that stuff, man, they're dying, man. These people are my friends. These people are my family. And so all the times I'm in and out and out of prison, I see these things. I see, man, my family changing. I see my friends and changing. I see them falling, man, left and right, man, and passing away. So now once I had that last drink, and I finally figured out, man, what I want to do. I want to get this group going. Hey, that's my friend Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
She's the one, man, that slapped me across my face and with reality and helped me. And she's the one I talk about. Anyways, once I figured out, man, what I wanted to do, I wanted to help get this group to expand. And with my sobriety, I figured, man, you know what? The one thing, man, that I wanted to do for so long, say sorry to my girlfriend's family and my friend's family. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start the Sober Driver Project.
Let's go.
And I did it, and so I got like a little bit of COVID relief money, and that's what it went towards. It went towards a vehicle. I would have to use it for personal and business. I didn't have a whole lot of money or anything like that, but so I ended up getting the vehicle with some extra money that I got, because I got a job now. I ended up getting my magnets that go on the side of my vehicle, and but if you put a logo on the side of your vehicle, you got to get an EIN number, because you're commercializing it now. So I ended up getting an EIN number. I got my DBA. I'm submitting my 501c3 and all that.
Oh, that's awesome. So, congratulations.
Yeah, so everything is in the process. We might be LCO Sober Visions here, because this is where my cousin's idea came into, man. She's awesome. I was about to hook up with the Sober Squad, and she was like, man, they hooked up over in Minnesota. Why don't you just start something right here, right at home? And then so we put our minds together, and and like anything that I did, man, I had to ask, and people in the group was like, hey, does this sound good? Hey, does this look good? How does the page look? This and that. And they're like, yep. And so we had to make group decisions, and we're all like a family now. Yeah. And this is my new extended family. 'Cause I don't have my mom anymore. I don't have my dad anymore. I don't have my grandmas, none of my grandpas. Some of my cousins, my aunties, and they're all kind of distant and all that stuff, or just too toxic, man, for me, you know?
Yeah.
So right here, man, we meet up every single week. And this is a group, man, where, you know what, man, you can tell this group member, you know what, man, I love you. I care for you. And the thing.
Oh no! Sorry. I thought that was a good time to jump in. I'm terrible at that. Sorry. I kind of wanted you to go over again about the program. Like how does it work? Folks just call your personal line, or like how does that all work?
The LCO Sober Visions or the Sober Driver Project?
The Sober Driver program.
The Sober Driver, it's my personal cell on there. I got my business card. And oh damn, I don't have one in my vehicle. Anyways, and I got my name on her, Charles Jared Kagigebi. So I got my name on her. That's also my Facebook name, Charles Jared Kagigebi. So people can reach me on my Facebook Messenger, or they can call my cell, text my cell, or I have my email on there, the lco.soberdriver@gmail.com. So they can reach me any of those ways if they wanted like a ride or in advance and schedule something. So when I started this, I had to make a business description too. And so I take people to detox treatment, to their AODA meetings. I do sober activities during the weekend if the funding is there, and I designate drive.
Wow.
It definitely keeps me busy. And it's something, man, that I really need to get this 501c3 for, because me working for $10 an hour, still paying $700 a month and on my rent, plus I gotta pay the insurance. This $10 an hour, man, ain't cutting it. And so I need this 501c3. I need this funding so I can keep this going in the community. I get help from the community, man. The community is so awesome, man. Without the community, these wouldn't be going. Because when I started it, I was over in a men's shelter. I didn't have a home. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a job before. So once I got kicked out of that place and I had to go to a shelter, I didn't have nothing.
Right.
I started working though, but when I started working, it was still only like 3 days a week. I was only working like 3 days.
Go ahead.
It was pretty tough, and it was a rough start. I had a lot of people doubting me, but I came up with a business plan, and I had to put it all down on a business plan format.
Yep.
So I went to Form Swift, and then they helped me come up with the business plan, and I presented it on Facebook, and I said, "Hey, community, this is what I want to do." And I believe me being in and out, me being a recovered alcoholic and drug addict and alcoholic now, recovered, is like I see things and where the community's lacking in things and that this community desperately needs.
Absolutely.
And so even though they got detox treatment, AODA meetings and all that stuff, and I'm gonna fill a void from people reaching these meetings, and that's transportation. And so yeah, it started with the business description. I put it on Facebook. I asked them, I started a GoFundMe and all that stuff, and I was like, hey, if I reach this much money, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And so the goal was $2,000. Now Now, once the community reached 1,000, well, I was told before, because I've been in and out of prison, and I had to use my resources. And so one counselor told me, you know what? These resources are not just gonna hand you money and let you go do, man, what you want to do. What they want to do, man, is see you meet them halfway. You put in this much work, we'll put in this much work. So I had that in my mind when I put the goal of $2,000. Once the community reached 1,000, and that's when it's like, you know what? The community really wants this. Let's do it. I got some COVID relief money. I put my money up, and then I went and got me a car. I got the blue van. I didn't want to get that because of the color.
Yeah.
But I also had to think, and it's not about, man, my liking and all that stuff. And this is the community's car.
It's so hard to remove your ego when you're starting something, right?
Yeah. So I ended up getting it.
Needed, man. It's needed what you're doing. It's especially, as what RJ stated, here in Wisconsin. Just like what you're doing with the sober activities as well too. I don't know how many times I talk to my parents, talk to RJ, my sisters. I'm like, for folks who are in recovery, there's not a lot of outlets here or venues to go to.
I mean, even as kids, right? Like, what is there for kids to do?
Gosh,
right.
It's very scarce here when it comes to that side of inclusivity, that being just folks who are in recovery. So what you're doing, my goodness, a jack of all trades, and it's most definitely needed. Have you been in contact with, because again, I love the idea of you becoming a 501c3. The beauty about that too, sure you probably already know this, is you'll be pending, but the beauty about it is all the monies that you receive to the end of the year, if you get approved December 30th, you can still, folks who donated can still write it off, as long as it's within the year. So you're right on track. This is gonna be, I'm donating for sure.
So before we get into that, let's hear a word from our sponsors real quick. It's winter. It's winter time. Actually, it's almost spring. I cannot believe it's already March. But the change of seasons, although don't tell Charles that today. Change of seasons really affects your skin. And I'm not going to lie, I grew up not knowing that you needed to put lotion on after every time you shower or, wash your hands a lot, right? So that's something new that I'm learning. And Ouai has some products for you. Quench thirsty skin and leave it feeling satin smooth with Ouai Melrose Place Body Cream. It's fast absorbing to nourish your skin when you need it most, hydration that lasts and prevents dryness, and has high quality nourishing ingredients. Experience the new Ouai Melrose Place Body Cream and Body Cleanser. Your body, your way. Go to theouai.com and use code BLEAV to get 15% off your entire purchase. That's 15% off your entire order at theouai.com, code BELIEVE. What's more important than peace of mind? Nothing. And that's what NordVPN is here for, to give you peace of mind while you are online. And with all the threats that you face today on the internet, it is more important than ever to be sure that you have the best VPN you can get. NordVPN is the world's best VPN service, offering the fastest connectivity, most servers, and next-gen encryption to make sure that everything you do online stays secure. Plus, you can use NordVPN on all of your computers and devices, no matter the operating system. With NordVPN's unlimited bandwidth, you never have to worry about a slow connection either, and plans start at under $4 per month. So, grab your exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/believe or use the code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, to get up to 70% off your NordVPN plan, plus one additional month for free. It's also risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. And now, back to the show.
Mr. Charles, let's hear it, man. So, let's hear it. So we got, I mean, gosh, dude, you're doing a lot of great things, man. You've shared your motivation of what inspired you, obviously, to do what it is that you are doing. What are some of your goals for expansion, for sustainability? For the Sober Driver program. That's such a wonderful idea. It's such a wonderful idea. I guess my question is, have you been in contact? I'm just spitballing right here. Have you been in contact with Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Matt?
No, I haven't been in contact with them. I have been in contact with the Tavern League.
Yep.
Oh, heck yeah.
Tavern League. So my my visions of our expansion is so with my 501c3, I already got 2 people. I already have 2 people that I have in mind that I wanted to expand into my Sober Driver project. And so, okay. Once I got the EIN number, I had to list in what kind of services that we would provide, and so my EIN is under recovery services. It's not just transportation. So under recovery services, though, my Sober Driver project can fall into recovery services.
All right.
So what we really want to do here on LCO, and since that we're starting here, see, even though that we're LCO Sober Visions, my business's name is Sober Visions, and we kept it Sober Visions so we didn't limit ourselves in case we do expand, or wherever the donations come from.
Right.
So.
Absolutely.
And so we did have the vision of expanding, but we're starting here right now. We're still building right here. But so under recovery services, it's not just transportation, but it's other stuff. So what we want is over here on this reservation, we don't have detox. We don't have a treatment facility. What we do have, I mean, we have like recovery clinics and where people can go to meetings and all that stuff, but we don't have detox or treatment. So, and a lot of the times, and we got to ship our people out somewhere else. But it's not all the time that those places have bed space.
Exactly.
So what we were thinking is that we want a building. We want a building where we can have our meetings, where we can do our sober activities, or like arts and crafts and type stuff, man. Maybe cultural stuff, just stuff that we can activities. Absolutely. And then do our fundraising there. But we didn't just want that. I mean, that's where we want to start, because we don't want to just jam pack and our ideas and like right away, and to where it just gets out of control. Yep. So we wanted to start small, man, with that. But eventually, man, we really want a place where we can have people that want to go to detox. If there's not a bed space or a treatment facility, man, that has bed space, and they can stay here at this building, and we'll have food, and it'll be just like a house, and it'll be a drop-in center, and and they can stay there, Wi-Fi, TV, and whatever activities, and until they can go to these detox or treatment facilities. Because the thing is that if somebody on heroin or meth or anything, if they want to go to treatment right now, they gotta go. Because then later, like maybe the next day or a couple of days, and they might not want to go.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're still stuck, man, with this addiction. And so, I've come across, man, people like that before, and I've come across, and I've had to drive people before that, there wasn't bed space before, and when they found that out, they wanted to die. They wanted to die, and that really hurt my feelings, Sam. But then they said, I feel like killing myself, and I was like, so because of the line of work that I do, if somebody tells me that, and that's gonna like hold me accountable. So I was like, guess what? Don't lose hope right there. Don't lose hope just because you can't get into this treatment facility or this detox facility right now, because what you just told me, I can get you in the hospital still, and they will have to listen. And so, once they said that they wanted to kill themselves, I still got them into the hospital and got them their detox. So, but you see, man, if somebody wants to go and there's no bed space, they'll at least then have a spot, man, to go to detox. They'll have a place and to go where they're cared for. Yeah. Because I used to be one of these really bitter people, man, that used to talk down on the addicts. I used to talk down.
Same.
But what I realize now, man, it's man. Some these people, the ones that say that they want help or something like that, they want to quit. They might really want to quit. They really feel that, man, right here. But it's a brain disease. It's a sickness, and even though, man, that they might feel it in their heart, and all of a sudden, man, in their mind, when they come across a certain smell, a certain movie, or they're hanging around a certain person, man, these are triggers. Yeah. It triggers in their mind, and then they use again all over again. And it got really bad, man. I lost some of my friends, and they killed themselves because they couldn't get help. And they've told me before that they wanted help, and it hurts me because I look at our last conversations and stuff, and they're like, I was like, man, I won't say her name, but I was like, man, do you really want this to stop? You really want help? She said, yes, I really want it. I really want it. And then it was like, I think it was like a couple days, and she ended up hanging herself. And man, it hurt me, man. Because if they want to go, they want help, man. You got to get them help. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And all these people, man, they turn them away and stuff, And like even their own, these addicts, and they're burning bridges. It's like this addiction, man, is like. It's like starvation, man. If you're starving, man, and you have no money, no nothing, man, you're gonna end up stealing for it. And with these drugs, and it's like the same thing. And they even against family is stealing from family, and they don't care. And all they're hungry. They're hungry, man, for that next fix. And it's I know my uncle, man, always tells me, man, you can't save them all. But if there's like one person I can help, if there's like one person I can help, that feels good. And for
you're on the right track.
You got
absolutely
a massive.
Right track.
I don't know the addictions of meth and heroin and stuff, man. But the things that I see. Well, what I see, man, is. They're dying. They're dying, man. I can't just let this happen in front of me.
I'm trying to collect my thoughts here. Because I understand that feeling of wanting to help everybody and knowing that you can't. Like, I mean, your heart is massive, and the way that you're helping people right now, like it's a testament to who you are as a person, right? And not letting the not letting the substance win, not letting, you know, those feelings of you have to. It's just it's so hard, and it's hard to put words to unless you've been there. And I appreciate how open you are and everything you're doing. You know, you can hear that you can't save them all, but it doesn't make the pain go away. It doesn't make, you know, these things, but we don't have things anymore that can numb our emotions like we used to. And it's hard. You cannot explain that, right? You can't, like, unless you've been there and you've felt it. It's like explaining it just doesn't do it justice. Like, you know, we used to numb our feelings for so long that now, you know, we're kids again with emotions. And I don't think that can be stated enough. Like, how heavy we feel things because we haven't come up with the mechanisms really to help with us put it somewhere else. But the fact that you're taking that and you're doing things with it. You're not just sitting down idly by. You are doing so many positive things. And when I saw your text saying that you started this and like that you were a year sober, it was honestly like so inspiring to me that you are doing this in Wisconsin, in northern Wisconsin. And like, just, you know, we never talked before today, except for, you know, those Twitter messages and text messages, like, but just know that like you are inspiring me. And I can't say thank you enough. Like, you know, how open you've been on this call and how you're helping people. You are. And you may not be able to feel it right now, and it's not going to make it better hearing it from me, but I just want you to hear the words that you are helping people. And I applaud you so much.
Thank you.
And the beauty about it too, Charles, is you know, we have a lot of faith that you're going to continue what you're doing. Absolutely. Your passion is literally pouring through the screen right here. So grateful to have just sat and listen, you know, sit here and just listen to you. But the beauty about it as well is there's going to be so many people that you're going to help that you have no idea that you've helped. No idea. I'm sure there's people already in your life who you have already helped, and they probably haven't shared it with you, that you inspired them to maybe start doing some self-reflecting on what it is they're using, how frequently they're using in some of their relationships. And so I told you, man, you're sitting there drinking that Red Bull, gives you wings, man. You're an angel to a lot of folks out there. Absolutely. You're an angel to a lot of folks out there, showing up while they're intoxicated and just having a safe person, a reliable person, a safe and reliable vehicle to get them to where they need to get to. And obviously everything else that you're doing, sober activities I mean, come on, man. You know, Wisconsin, this is, you're in the right spot to start what you're doing. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
How much do you think it helps your group and your project right now that it's not somebody from the outside, that it's somebody within the tribe that's helping start this? I mean, I know that you're not limiting it to that, but so as a lineman, and you know, honestly, as a white man, I know that we do not treat people who don't look like us, obviously, very well. And historically, and it's not just historically, it's right now, you know, Native Americans are being treated poorly. Yeah. So I would understand people would have trepidation if like somebody like me tried to start a program to help. Do you find people are more receptive to you with what you've been through and actually listen about it?
Well, I think a lot of people listen because they know where I've been.
Yeah.
They know where I've been, and I know the gang life, I know the drug life, the using, the selling, the alcohol life, and just, you know, I know heartbreak. I know I've seen death up close. But one thing, man, I also know is recovery. And so a lot of people, you know, I'll admit, man, I don't have a GED. I still don't have an education, and I still don't. I mean, I'm still going to school, but one thing, man, I have is experience, and I have my knowledge and all that stuff. And you know, I mean, even though I don't have my education, when I was in prison, and I at least still hit the books and other books, because when you want to learn something, man, that interests you, man, you're gonna learn a little bit better, man, than something that it's forced on you, like education. I'm still trying, but with my experience and how I came to recovery, I have people hit me up all the time and all that stuff, and they, I'm sorry I don't come to your meetings and all that stuff, but I want to let you know, man, you're an inspiration and to me and a lot of people. So even though that they might not come, the thing is, and is that I planted a seed though.
Mm-hmm.
I threw them the idea, and that's what we usually say. I mean, we can't make anybody, man, go to sobriety. We can't do nothing like that. Like I said before, sobriety is not for people that need it. It's for people that want it. All we can do is plant the seed, man, and maybe, and that's one thing, man. Like I also said, man, is that what I want to do, man, is I want to make sobriety a trend, something, man, that's cool, man, something, man, people, it attracts people to help them get away from all the drugs and alcohol. Let them know that there's a place to go, that there's people that care, and there's things to do. And you just gotta, like, yo, man, with Mother Nature, and yo, man, there's our playground right there. And well, I mean, even with the snow, if I like the snow, but yeah, yo, it go. I mean, there's sledding, there's skiing, there's snowboarding, and there's ice fishing, type stuff, and like that. There's, I mean, if the funding's there, you can go rent a snowmobile, or if you don't have one already, those things are fun. Yeah. The springtime and summertime, man, I love the springtime and summertime. It's just get outside, man. Breathe in, man, what Mother Nature, man, is absorbing everything, man, that Mother Nature, man, has given us, man. Because, you know, man, all those times in prison, yo, man, I've missed and the way the grass felt, man, just laying on it. I missed and having the rain on me. I've sat years in the hole too. I've sat 4 years straight in the hole. And in my rec cage didn't even have a roof. I mean, it didn't have a roof. It had a roof. So it was like I couldn't feel that rain for 4 years. I couldn't feel those direct rays and like right on me from the sun. All these things, man, that I'd taken advantage of, man. So, people, man, they get attracted to us, and I mean, we started out, man, like about 6 people, me and my cousin Lisa, and like my friend Aaron Kadat. I forgot to tell you guys, and that Aaron's passed on too. So this is something, man, that I'm also doing in memory of my girlfriend that passed away, my friend that passed away in my car accident, and my guy Aaron Kadat, because he helped save me that night because I needed a ride. Yeah. Anyways, it was me, Lisa, Aaron, my sponsor Steve. There was a group of us, and when there was like about 6 of us, and once we get a Facebook page and a little bit more social media and all that, like I said, man, we're trying to make it a trend and all that. And we start getting more people. So I've went out to Hayward and went to a meeting out there, even though, man, it's not a competition at all. Like we've talked about, man, the more programs, the better. And but I noticed that they only had like about 6 people there, and they get sponsorship and whatever. But you know what, man, LCO Sober Visions, and now we started out 6 people. Now we get like about 12 average, and the most people that we've had so far and is 18. That's the most we had, but average, and we get 12 people every single week. And it's not always the same people, because then some people got stuff to do. But man, we got people from Tennessee, we got people from Florida, we got people from Red Cliff, like the Flammable, I believe.
That's amazing.
Yeah, even over in Green Bay, or the Green Bay and the Kashina Reservation over there, Menominee. Yeah, man, we get people, man, from all over too, man, joining every once in a while just to see what's up, and
that's fantastic.
They hear about us and all the good things, and it feels good, man, that we're reaching out, because we're getting known.
Absolutely. So Charles, go ahead, RJ. You look like you were going to say something.
No, you go ahead, Mons.
No, I was just going to say, as we wrap up, correct?
Yeah, that's what I kind of
want to just hammer it away again, Charles, about what it is that your business is doing, where people can find you. I mean, honestly, so much information, great information, vulnerability, and you're sharing right there. And then please continue to share. I hope you're on stage sharing. I'm going to keep tabs on you for sure, my guy. But let's go and hammer it away right here again, where people can find you, what it is your business is, and take off from there.
Well, my business, and I don't really like to say my business, because under my EIN, the recovery services, that's when we brought the Sober Visions into the business. So Sober Visions and is not just mine. That's not mine.
Right.
This is ours. The Sober Visions is the communities. Anybody is welcome to come, white, black, Mexicans, and because our 4 sacred colors, the black, the white, the red, the yellow, is all people, is all our relations. So yeah, we encourage and all people, man, it don't matter your age, sex, race, religion or lack of religion, anything like that. If you got sobriety on the mind, man, that's what we are. And so Sober Visions is ours. I just added my Sober Driver project to the Sober Visions. So I may have started that, but this is it's the communities, and because the community also helped me start the Sober Driver project.
Yeah. So
not everything. I just had the idea, man. Just let's do this. Let's get the EIN. Let's expand. Let's get more out there, because what we really need, man, is our own building, because we've been from this building to this building to this building. People saying, oh man, after a while, man, they would say something about the addicts and all that. Oh, they got juggies, man, coming in there. Oh, they're not sober, and that's their opinion. If they're here, man, that means that they're here because of sobriety.
Yeah.
Anyways, man. So, but But my Sober Driver Project business now, that is something. And I mean, people can hit me up on my messenger. I'm under Charles Kagigebi on my Facebook Messenger, or they can call me on my cell phone, my personal cell, or they can hit me up on my email. I'll even put it up there. I mean, I don't know, man, how far we're gonna be.
What's your email? Let's put the email out again.
Okay, it's lco.soberdriver@gmail.com.
Perfect.
We'll list that in the show notes.
Yep. Perfect.
So there's a LCO Visions Facebook group, correct? LCO Sober Visions.
LCO Sober Visions group.
So people should go check that out as well. And then your GoFundMe. So how would, if people wanted to support you financially, where would they go for that, for the GoFundMe, which we do have listed already in the show notes, but let's say they're listening to this on the podcast.
I guess if they wanted to find the GoFundMe, I've had it posted on Twitter. I believe I had it posted on my Instagram, but mostly it's posted on my Facebook page, my personal page, Charles Kagigebi, and then I got it posted on my Sober Driver Project page and the LCO Sober Visions group pages. Okay. So I share it with those because I'm an admin on there. So I try to post my GoFundMe man somewhere else and they say so.
Yeah,
that's not allowed. Kick me off. So it's a good thing, man, to be an admin man on some of these Facebook pages and allows.
Of course.
But yeah, if they hit that search button, LCO Sober Visions group or Sober Driver Project, that's one way they can find me, or they can hit me up on my Facebook Messenger.
All right.
That's fantastic. You're doing such great work. Thank you for joining us. And then we're going to take this time, like Untapped Keg loves what you're doing. So for anybody who's listening, anybody who's watching, we're going to match a donation to the GoFundMe for the Sober Driver Project and the LCO Sober Visions, up to $100. So it doesn't matter how much it is. Take a screenshot, hit us in the DMs, and we'll be matching that, and we'll also be making a donation separately as well. So, my kudos to you, Mike.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Charles.
Back, making the world a better place.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Mons, if people want to know about you, where could they find you?
All right. You guys can find me on Twitter at MonteBall28, Instagram MonteBall. Obviously, our Untapped Keg pages as well on social media. Shoot us questions, topics, some guests you want to see. I was any guests, just throw it out there, and we'll most definitely get back to you guys in a timely manner. But this was wonderful. RJ, where can they find you?
Untapped Keg everywhere. That's pretty much the only pages I've been using recently. So just Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Maybe we'll get back to adding some stuff to that. But youtube.com/untappedkeg. Give us a subscribe, leave us a comment, let us know what you think. And on our podcast services, leave us a 5-star review. Tell us, what you like. If you want to hit us up, untappedkeg@gmail.com. You want to talk. If you're struggling with something, we can help find the support for you. We can offer some peer support. Our DMs are open, and anything we talk about in there stays in there. So also the email, if you have business inquiries, anything, just shoot us an email over there, untappedkeg@gmail.com. Charles, thank you so much for sitting in the van for this long and telling your story and opening up.
LCO sober business.
That's
for sure.
Love it.
I got one of those things too.
We wish nothing but the best for you, your loved ones. Honestly, we're gonna check in with you for sure. We'll be checking in.
Yeah, man. I'll be following you too, Monty.
Awesome. We really appreciate your time.
Heck yeah, man. I'll probably even watch some of your games and just to recap and some stuff, man.
Oh boy, yeah. That was a different life. But we'll save those stories for next time. Charles, and we check in. But again, thank you for your time. Thank you to everybody.
Yeah,
and we're fortunate. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me too, man. It was an honor. If it has something to do with sobriety, man, it's like, let's do it, man.
That's awesome.
All right, man.
Thank you. So let's have a good week, everybody. Try to be better tomorrow than we were today. So that's all we can do is try. Thank you.